Alright, what's going on, guys? We just got the new trailer for a major Armored Core 6 update that focuses around rank matchmaking multiplayer. And this one is big. It's going to be adding quite a bit of new content, and since this is coming right off the back of the Game Awards where Armored Core 6 won Best Action Game, and it's a great time for this to drop, because I imagine there's a lot of new players diving in off the back of that award, and now this update is going to bring a lot of old players back, and we're all going to meet on the battlefield. Now, before we break down all the new content coming, let me go ahead and say, if you're somebody that skipped out on Armored Core 6 because it's a robot game, please do yourself the favor, buy this game. Right now it's $20 off on Bandai Namco's website. I promise this is one of FromSoftware's best games they've ever made. The story, the gameplay, the boss fights, all are incredible, but you get the point. Today we're going to dive into this trailer and break down everything coming with this update. I'm going to play the trailer through one time, and then we're going to break it all down. So let me just go ahead and say, if you want to stay up to date on all things FromSoftware and enjoy the lore and discussion of these games, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and now let's get into it. So this update is officially called the PvP Ranked Matchmaking Update, which is on its surface pretty self-explanatory, but there's a lot to it, and if you've played Armored Core 6 multiplayer before this update, you'll know how much this is needed. Now we have some details of how this is going to work, and we'll start with the main overview. This update is going to be adding multiplayer ranks and ranked matchmaking, new parts, 4 new weapons and a new frame, several new multiplayer maps, custom nameplates to show off in online multiplayer, and then finally a climbable rank leaderboard that we've been asking for a long time across every FromSoftware game. We'll start by taking a look at the parts, since that's something everybody can use, even if you're not interested in multiplayer. This shot here gives us our first look at the new weapons that are coming in this update. Now we actually know the details of these weapons because they leaked a little over a week ago. Now I made a video back then, so I'll give you the brief overview of these, since we don't actually have the correct details of all the stats for these weapons, but that'll be in the full guide I'll be dropping in a few days. Working right to left, we start off with the WR-0555 Attaché. This is a heavy machine gun that is equipable to your arm units that fills a niche between the assault rifles and the minigun, which is something I've been wanting all along, so I'm going to be loving this weapon. If you've already beaten the game, this will be available immediately in the parts shop after you update, but if you have not, then you'll need to be all the way to Chapter 5 in order to unlock it. Moving on one space to the left, we have what is likely going to be a fan favorite, the DFGA-09 Xiaowei shoulder-mounted Gatling cannon. Yes, that is correct. Finally, we have miniguns that can go on the shoulders, which means you can now run a quad minigun build. Now, I'm hoping this doesn't absolutely break multiplayer, but this is called a light Gatling cannon, so hopefully they come out balanced. Now again, if you've beaten the game, you can immediately unlock this. If not, you'll get these at about the halfway point. Now the next weapon is kind of hidden behind the attaché, you can't really see it, but this is the PFAU-66D Pulse Missile Launcher. This is a handheld pulse missile launcher that's going to be really good at taking out pulse barriers, which are very popular in multiplayer. Now this one can be charged to switch to a burst firing mode, which gives it a faster rate of fire. So this will be good for covering an area, and I think is going to be a very good situational tool if you can wield it correctly, and the unlock requirements appear to be the same as the Xiaowei. Now the final weapon at the very end on the left there is the VE-60 LCB laser cannon. This is a powerful shoulder mounted cannon, but what makes it special is that you can charge it, which will make the laser leave a damage trail in its wake. So not only will this shut down an area, but likely if you manage to stun somebody and land a charge shot, they're going to take a lot of residual damage during that stun period. Now we're going to have to wait and see the actual stats of this thing, but it sounds like it's going to be a heavy hitter for sure, and it can be unlocked alongside the attaché. But those are the 4 new weapons we're getting. Let's take a look at the frame now. This new frame is the Lammergeier. It is going to be an extremely lightweight frame, and introducing for the first time in this game, lightweight quad legs. Now this frame is going to have very low defense, but the ideal scenario to use it in is staying very high up in the sky. This frame is made to fly, so if that suits your PvP style, then you're probably going to like this one quite a bit. But now let's take a look at the new maps that are coming with this update, and I believe we can get a look at 4. First off, we have a shot of the watch point, which likely means this map is going to be the location we fight Sulla and attack the watch point. This is going to make a great PvP map since it's finally something with a bit of cover that isn't just a perfect circle, and that means it's going to allow for quite a bit of different builds and creativity. But the second shot we get is of Grid 86, and even though we technically already have a map in this location, this appears to be the arena where you fight Honest Brute. Lots of cover in this one and places to snipe. It does have a roof, so it's probably going to be terrible for quad leg builds, but we'll have to wait and see how it plays. The third one is the desert, and don't quote me on this, but I believe it's from the Protect the Strider mission, but we do get this shot here of what appears to be the same area, although again I'm not too sure about that. But the final one is the opening scene from the trailer. If you've played through the game multiple times, you know exactly what this is, but this map is big, it's going to be open, probably a perfect place to test out the Lammergeier. This map is going to be long range heaven. But those are the 4 I could spot from the trailer. There may be more. The maps did not leak, so we don't know all the details yet, but we will find out tomorrow. The next new feature are personalized custom nameplates. Nothing too crazy here, it's just that extra level of customization, which is the theme of AC. No details yet if you're going to start out with all the options or if you're going to have to unlock them, but I'll always go for another option to make my stuff look better. I think it's cool. But then we have the main point of this update, ranked matchmaking and leaderboards. Now I think this should have been in the game on launch, but I'm glad it's here now, and we do have a few details to discuss. First of all, this means you're not going to have to make and load into a server in order to play multiplayer anymore if you're trying to play ranked. Now if you do load into ranked, you're going to have several to climb. You'll start out as unranked, and then work your way up through D rank, C rank, B rank, A rank, to finally S rank. And then once you're at S rank, your name will probably appear on the leaderboard, which means that even when you achieve that final rank, you still have an incentive to play in order to become the best in the world. And this is something that Elden Ring really needed. Now I'm going to try my best to get on that leaderboard. It's been a while since I played the multiplayer in AC. They're going to have to do a lot of balancing changes in order to make it really accessible for everyone, but the weapon balancing is going to be coming tomorrow and we don't have the details yet. But that is everything we can glean from the Armored Core 6 ranked PvP matchmaking update trailer. I'm personally hyped to jump into this, really excited to try out the new parts, and see if I can get up to S rank. But you guys let me know down below, are you excited about all of this? Is it maybe too late? Or are you going to be jumping back into Armored Core 6, either after a while or for the first time? I'll likely have another video after this goes live, breaking down how everything works when you actually get into the game, some of the big hitters and the balance changes, what the meta looks like, and how the new parts hold up. So I hope you guys will look forward to that. But that is going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like on it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below and subscribe if you're new around here. But with all that, I will catch you in the next one.